The cold wind blew through the narrow streets of the city. The sky was gray and heavy with clouds. It looked like it would rain any minute. On the dusty, busy road, a small girl named Aisha held tightly to her little brother's hand. Her eyes were tired and worried. The boy, only 3 years old, was coughing weakly. His small body trembled with fever. Aisha looked around for help, but people just passed by without seeing them. Some looked away, others avoided them. They were poor, homeless, and tired. Aisha's heart ached to see her little brother suffering so much. She had no money to buy medicine or food, no home to take him to, just the cold street. She pulled her thin shawl tighter around both of them. "Don't worry, little one," she whispered, trying to stay strong. "We will find someone to help us." But inside, fear was growing fast. The boy coughed again, this time harder. His small face turned pale. Aisha wiped his forehead with the back of her hand. It was burning with fever. Suddenly, her eyes caught a shiny car passing by. It was large, black and clean. The people inside looked rich, wearing expensive clothes. Aisha had never seen such wealth close to her before. But today, she felt brave. She walked toward the car. Her small shoes made soft sounds on the wet pavement. She stopped near the window and looked up at the man inside. His name was Mr. Saad. He was a billionaire, known for his cold business deals and busy life. People said he had everything, money, power, and respect. But they also said he was distant, never helping anyone. Aisha's voice was small but clear. "Sir," she said softly, "please help me." Mr. Saad looked surprised. He had never been spoken to like this on the street before. Aisha took a deep breath and showed him her little brother. "He is very sick," she said, tears in her eyes. "We have no home, no medicine, no food. Please, please help us." Mr. Saad looked at the boy. The child's weak eyes met his. For a moment, something changed in the billionaire's face. But then he looked away, silent. "Please," Aisha said again, her voice shaking, "I want you to take my brother. If you take him, he can get better. Please don't let him die." The street was busy, but time seemed to slow down around them. People stopped to look. Some whispered. No one moved. Mr. Saad's eyes held a deep sadness. He did not say a word. His silence was heavy like the gray sky above. The boy coughed again, weaker this time. Aisha's heart was pounding fast. She waited, hoping he would say yes. But Mr. Saad only nodded slowly. "Come with me," he finally said, his voice low but calm. Aisha's eyes filled with hope. She took her brother's hand and followed the man to his car. As they got inside, the warmth of the car was a shock after the cold street. The boy closed his eyes, tired but safe for the moment. Mr. Saad looked in the rearview mirror at Aisha. "Why did you come to me?" he asked quietly. Aisha looked out the window. "Because I have nowhere else," she said. "You are rich. You can help my brother live." Mr. Saad sighed deeply. "I don't usually help people like you," he said honestly. Aisha looked at him with tears. "Please, this is not about money. It is about saving my brother's life." The billionaire remained silent again. His face was hard to read. As the car drove through the city, Aisha felt a strange mix of hope and fear. Would he really help? Or would she lose everything? Outside, the rain began to fall. The drops hit the windows like tiny drums. Inside the car, Aisha held her brother's hand tighter. She prayed silently. Later, Mr. Saad stopped near a large hospital. He helped Aisha carry the little boy inside. Doctors looked worried when they saw the child's condition. Aisha sat in the waiting room, holding her breath. Hours passed. Mr. Saad did not leave. He sat quietly in the corner, watching her. No one spoke much. Finally, a doctor came out. "He is very sick," the doctor said softly. "But with medicine and care, he can live." Aisha smiled through her tears. She looked at Mr. Saad. He nodded but said nothing. The night grew darker. The hospital lights shone bright, and outside, the rain stopped. But inside, the story had only just begun. What would Mr. Saad do next? Would he become the hope Aisha needed, or would the silence grow deeper? The answer was still hidden. The hospital waiting room was quiet, except for the low hum of machines and the soft footsteps of nurses and doctors. Aisha sat on a cold plastic chair, her eyes never leaving her baby brother's small bed in the ICU. The boy was pale and weak, hooked to tubes and monitors. His chest rose and fell slowly with each breath. Mr. Saad stood near the window, looking out but not really seeing the busy street outside. His face was unreadable, calm but serious. Aisha kept stealing quick glances at him. She was thankful he had brought her here, but his silence made her heart heavy. Why was he so quiet? She had begged him for help, and he had listened, but now he seemed lost in his own thoughts. After a long time, Mr. Saad finally spoke. "You are very brave," he said softly, "to come here and ask for help like that." Aisha looked up, surprised. She didn't expect kindness from him. "But," he continued, "I need to know more. Why were you and your brother out there all alone?" Aisha's lips trembled. She wiped a tear from her cheek. "We lost our home," she said quietly. "Our parents are gone. I am all he has. I don't have money. No one helps us." Mr. Saad nodded slowly. "It's hard to survive alone. I know that feeling." Aisha was confused. "You do?" Mr. Saad didn't answer. Instead, he looked away, as if remembering something painful. Suddenly, a nurse came out and told them the boy was stable for now but needed constant care and medicine. The hospital stay would be long and expensive. Aisha's heart sank. "How will I pay for this?" she asked, fear rising again. Mr. Saad looked at her for the first time with real attention. "I will pay," he said simply. "You don't have to worry about money." Aisha's eyes filled with tears. She wanted to say thank you, but words caught in her throat. That night, Mr. Saad didn't leave. He sat quietly beside her in the tea waiting room. Neither spoke much. Hours passed. The city lights outside flickered through the window. The rain had stopped, but the cold seemed to stay inside the hospital walls. Mr. Saad finally broke the silence. "I can't promise everything will be easy," he said, "but I will help you and your brother as much as I can." Aisha looked at him, hope growing inside her tired heart. For the first time in weeks, she smiled, but deep inside, Mr. Saad was still wrestling with his own thoughts. He knew helping Aisha was not just about kindness. There was something about her story that reminded him of his own past, a past he had kept hidden from the world, a past filled with pain, loss, and a family he had lost long ago. He didn't tell Aisha this yet. He didn't know if he could. But one thing was clear. His life was about to change forever. As the night deepened, Aisha held her brother's small hand. She whispered promises she hoped to keep. Mr. Saad watched them, feeling a strange warmth inside. Could this fragile family heal his broken heart too? The answer was still unknown. But for now, he chose to stay silent and be there, because sometimes silence is the loudest way to say, "I care." The next morning, sunlight filtered softly through the hospital windows. The busy sounds of nurses and doctors filled the air. Aisha sat beside her brother's bed, gently holding his tiny hand. He was sleeping peacefully for the first time, days. For a moment, she allowed herself to feel hope. Mr. Saad entered the room quietly. He looked tired but determined. He held a folder filled with papers and photos. His eyes were heavy with questions. "Can we talk?" he asked gently. Aisha nodded, wiping a tear from her cheek. They moved to a small waiting area. Mr. Saad opened the folder and showed her a photo. It was a picture of a woman, beautiful, smiling and kind-looking. But what caught Aisha's attention was how the woman's eyes looked so familiar. "Who is she?" Aisha asked. "That's my sister," Mr. Saad said quietly. "She disappeared many years ago. We never found her." Aisha's heart skipped a beat. "Your sister," she whispered. "She looks like someone I once knew." Mr. Saad looked closely at her. "What do you mean?" Aisha swallowed hard. "When I was very small, my mother told me stories about a lady who helped us once. She was kind and beautiful. But then she left. I never saw her again." Mr. Saad's face turned pale. He stared at the photo as if searching for answers. Then he took out another photo from the folder. It was of a young girl, wearing the same clothes Aisha had on that day when he found her. "This is you," he said softly. Aisha's eyes widened. "How do you have this?" Mr. Saad sighed deeply. "It was with my sister's things. I don't know how it got there, but it means something. Something important." Aisha felt a chill run down her spine. She had no idea her small, desperate world was connected to a rich, powerful family. Suddenly, the door opened. A nurse came in. "Excuse me," she said kindly, "but the doctor wants to speak with you both." They followed her down the hall to a quiet office. The doctor looked serious but calm. "Your brother is recovering well," he said to Aisha, "but he needs more tests to make sure there are no hidden problems." Aisha nodded, relief washing over her face. Then the doctor looked at Mr. Saad. "Your family has medical records we found during the tests. We need your help to understand them." Mr. Saad looked surprised but nodded. Outside the office window, dark clouds gathered. The storm was coming. Aisha and Mr. Saad sat together, feeling the weight of secrets growing heavier. What if these secrets change everything? Aisha wondered silently. Mr. Saad's eyes met hers. "We will face it together," he said quietly. The hospital felt colder now, but inside, a new hope was born, a hope mixed with fear, mystery, and the chance to find answers long buried in the past. Days passed slowly in the hospital. Aisha stayed close to her little brother's bed, watching his chest rise and fall with each breath. Mr. Saad came every day, sometimes bringing food, sometimes just sitting quietly beside them. One afternoon, Mr. Saad received a call. His face grew serious as he listened. When he hung up, he told Aisha, "There are things about my sister's disappearance that no one knew before. I need to find out more." Aisha felt a shiver of fear. What secrets were waiting to be uncovered? That evening, Mr. Saad invited Aisha to his large, quiet house. It was a world away from the cold hospital rooms and the hard streets Aisha knew. The walls were filled with family photos, books, and memories she could not yet understand. Saad sat her down and showed her a small, worn-out diary. "This belonged to my sister," he said softly. "I found it hidden in an old box." Aisha opened the diary carefully. The pages were yellowed, but the handwriting was clear. "My ma. Sister wrote about a secret she was keeping," Mr. Saad explained. "She feared for her life. She mentioned a man who wanted to hurt her and her family." Aisha's heart pounded. "Who was he?" she asked. Mr. Saad shook his head. "I don't know yet, but I promise I will find out." The diary told a story of fear and courage. It spoke of hidden places, secret meetings, and a plan to protect a child she called the Hope. Aisha looked up, confused. "Could it be my brother?" Mr. Saad nodded slowly. "It's possible." That night, Aisha lay awake in a guest room. Her mind raced with questions. Why was her brother so important? Why was someone trying to hurt this family? Meanwhile, Mr. Saad made calls and met with old friends. He searched for answers in dusty files and hidden letters. The deeper he looked, the more danger seemed to grow. One evening, a shadow appeared outside his house. Someone was watching. Mr. Saad felt the cold fear of the unknown. He knew protecting Aisha and her brother was no longer just about kindness. It was about survival. The next day, he told Aisha, "We must be careful. There are people who do not want this story to come out." Aisha's eyes widened. "But what can we do?" "We stay together," Mr. Saad said firmly. "And we keep looking for the truth." As the sun set behind the hills, both of them felt the weight of a secret world closing in. But neither would give up. Because sometimes, the darkest secrets lead to the brightest hopes. The days grew darker as Mr. Saad and Aisha dug deeper into the mystery of the missing sister and the hidden child. They knew someone was watching them closely. Every call Mr. Saad made felt risky. Every step Aisha took outside seemed dangerous. One evening, as Mr. Saad returned to his house, he noticed a black car parked quietly across the street. Two men sat inside, their eyes sharp and cold. His heart raced. He knew they were not ordinary strangers. Inside the house, Aisha's little brother slept peacefully, unaware of the danger outside. Mr. Saad called his trusted friend Samir, a man who had helped him through difficult times before. "We need to be careful," he said. "There are people who want to stop us." Samir agreed to watch the house and keep an eye on anyone suspicious. That night, Aisha sat by the window, clutching her brother's tiny hand. She was scared but determined. She wanted to protect him no matter what. Suddenly, a soft knock came. At the door, Mr. Saad opened it cautiously. A young woman stood there, her face pale but her eyes strong. "I know about your sister," she said quietly. "I have information that can help." Mr. Saad invited her inside. Her name was Zara. She had been a close friend of the missing sister and knew many secrets. Zara spoke carefully. "There are people who wanted to take the child away. They feared what the child could become. Someone powerful. Someone who could change everything." Aisha listened, her heart pounding. "Why did your sister disappear?" she asked. Zara looked away. She wanted to protect the child from those who wished harm. "She sent the child away to keep her safe." Mr. Saad nodded. "That child is your brother." Aisha's eyes filled with tears. She held her brother tighter. "We must find out who these people are," Mr. Saad said, "and we must stop them before they come after us." Zara agreed to help. They planned to meet again, to share more secrets and find the truth. But danger was close. That very night, someone tried to break into Mr. Saad's house. Mr. Saad and Samir were ready. They stopped the intruders, but the message was clear. They were being watched, and the game had become deadly. Aisha's world had changed. What began as a desperate plea for help had become a fight for survival. As the night grew colder, she whispered to her brother, "We will be safe. I promise." But in the shadows, the enemies waited. The dangerous game had just begun. The days passed in a tense silence. Mr. Saad, Aisha, and Zara worked together, trying to uncover the truth behind the threats and the missing sister. Every phone call, every meeting felt like a risk. The feeling of being watched never left them. Aisha stayed close to her little brother, who was slowly getting stronger, but she could see the fear in his innocent eyes, the fear she felt deep inside her own heart. One evening, as the sun set and shadows grew long, Mr. Saad received an anonymous message. It was a warning. "Stop digging, or you will regret it." He showed the message to Aisha and Zara. The words chilled them. "We have no choice," Mr. Saad said firmly. "We must keep going," Zara nodded. "My sister wanted this secret to be known. She believed the truth could set her child free." That night, they planned to meet a man who had once worked with Mr. Saad's sister. He might have answers. The meeting was in a quiet park under the cover of darkness. Mr. Saad, Aisha, and Zara arrived cautiously. A man stepped out of the shadows. His face was tired, but his eyes held knowledge. He handed them a small box. Inside were documents, photos, and a key. "These belong to your sister," he said. "She left them for you." Aisha's hands trembled as she looked at the papers. They spoke of secret meetings, plans to escape, and a hidden place where the child could be safe. Suddenly, a noise startled them. Footsteps, quick and heavy, approached. The man whispered, "They're coming. You must run." They scattered, barely escaping the unknown pursuers. Back at Mr. Saad's house, they locked the doors and windows. Fear pressed in from every side. Aisha sat with her brother, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Why is this happening to us?" she whispered. Mr. Saad held her hand. "Because we're close to the truth, and that scares some people." The night felt endless, full of shadows and danger, but also full of hope. Because in the darkest moments, courage shines the brightest. The tension in the air was thick. Mr. Saad, Aisha, and Zara sat together, surrounded by the papers and secrets that had come to light. Every moment felt like a step closer to danger, but also closer to answers. Aisha looked at her little brother sleeping peacefully. She knew the journey was almost over, but the hardest part was still ahead. Mr. Saad carefully examined the documents. Among them was a letter written by his missing sister. His hands trembled as he read her words out loud. She wrote about a powerful man, he said quietly. A man who wanted to control everything. Our family, the company, even the lives of innocent people. Zara nodded. She tried to escape him with her child. She hid the truth so no one could find them. Aisha's heart ached. So that's why she disappeared, to keep my brother safe. Suddenly the phone rang. Mr. Saad answered cautiously. Deep, cold voice spoke on the other end. You have no idea what you're dealing with. Stop now or face the consequences. Mr. Saad hung up, his face set with determination. We will not stop. The next day they went to the hidden place mentioned in the letter, an old cabin deep in the woods. It was small, dusty, and forgotten, but inside they found more clues. Old photos, letters, and a video message recorded by Mr. Saad's sister. In the video she spoke softly, explaining everything. The threats, her fear, and her love for her child. I hid him because I wanted him to be free, she said. One day you will understand. Aisha wiped her tears. We will make sure his future is safe. But the past was not done with them yet. The powerful man appeared suddenly, trying to stop them from revealing the truth. A tense confrontation followed, but Mr. Saad and Aisha stood strong. With the help of the police who believed their story, justice was finally served. The billionaire family's dark secret was exposed. Aisha and her brother were no longer alone. They found a new family, one built on love, trust, and hope. As the sun rose on a new day, Aisha smiled for the first time in a long time. Her journey had been hard, full of fear and pain, but it had led her to the truth and to a new beginning.